friends, thanks so much for being here. Today I'm going to make another fall collage using these two images as my base, and I have a lot of other fall images, and also I might try to incorporate this phrase give thanks for, and then instead of pie we might insert something else there. But anyway, we can talk a little bit about gratitude because it is Thanksgiving, at least for those of us in the States, later in the month. So we'll talk about gratitude as I make this collage, and gratitude, being grateful, all of that stuff. Let's get started. All right, so I want to cut, thought I'd save this little light here, but maybe I don't need that. I probably should just cut it right there. And we're going to merge these two images. Yeah, let me just go ahead and cut this because I want more of the pine cone showing through. Okay, I want to give it even more prominence in my image. So this is a tip I can give you, is to just start with two images and cut one down so that the other image comes through. So maybe something like that, and then I'm going to cut out this bottom part. These are, I think, cinnamon sticks. And then I want to try to save this pine cone because it goes with my other pine cones. Okay, let's see if that works for our background. See, I don't like that, so let's try cutting this down a bit more. Let's see. I can't really tell what that is. Maybe we need to turn it. About that. Okay, I like that better. Let's see. I still think that something needs to go in this image. You know what, I'm going to cut this blanket down. It's like a cashmere blanket in the background. We're getting there. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of finessing to get the right background. Okay, I like that better. And we're going to be collaging on top of this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just something to get a starting point going. And even, I think I could probably even cut this out and up through there. Yeah, let's try that. Hopefully it works out okay, because obviously I can't put it back together. Right. So what do you think about going into winter? You know, do you love fall and hate winter? Do you love winter? And do you have any big plans for Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, I do like that better. And then the question is, do I even want to cut around this candle? I think I do. I'm always sad to see fall go and have to, well, I love Christmas, but after Christmas it's kind of a letdown, you know. But at least here in North Carolina we don't get really bad weather. I won't live where you get a lot of snow in the winter. Just, I've been there, done that, don't ever want to do it again. Okay, I like that. Okay, that looks good, finally. Sometimes it just takes a minute. I have my cat next to me, he's asleep. He's my little collage buddy. Actually, he's my buddy for a lot of things. He follows me around the house. Okay, so I glued this off camera because of the leaf blowers, and now my cat is here helping. He woke up from his nap. Alright, so anyway, here is our background, and let's start collaging on top of it. So I have a lot of fall images. I have all of these from magazines and my fall paper packs, and I have all of these. So let's go through. I think one thing I definitely want to use is this November phrase, so I'm going to cut that out. This picture is so pretty. This is somewhere in North Carolina. Let me see. It just says cypress trees of North Carolina backwaters. But I did do a video of me picking out magazine images, and this came from one of those videos. I've done like 3, I think, so far. 2 of them fall magazines, so if you want to see that, that's on my channel. Okay, I like this. So November, I like November's a good month, at least here in the States. We still have Thanksgiving to look forward to for most of the month, and then Christmas for a lot of us. Okay, and then give thanks for pie. I may keep this whole phrase, give thanks for pie. I am grateful for pie. Let's see, let's put this down. I also just have giving thanks. Let's see. I think I'll wait on the phrases until I figure out what else we're going to put on top of here. So this is kind of gray color, so if I could find a way to kind of tie that color in with something else. That's pretty. It's kind of gray. I might just use the word Thanksgiving there. Let's put that aside. More phrases. I love these seed packets. Maybe one of those. Ooh, okay, that looks good. I have these orange flowers. Let's put that over there. Thanksgiving. There's just November there. But I already have for November. Actually, I don't know, I might like that one better. Let's go ahead and put that there. I'm gonna cut this one out. Let's see, which one? Maybe this one. Just depends on the other images. My cat decided to lay back down. I like that picture a lot. Let's do that one. Down a bit more. Okay, I think I like that. That looks good. Okay, making a mess. Let's see what else we can find. How about in our folder here? This is pretty. Oh, I like that. That looks good. So, I think those are geraniums, maybe. That could look good. Paint the fall with color. Oh, that's cute. I like that phrase. I'm not sure if I'll use it or not, but I like that orange leaf. Now these are from my paper pack. One of them. I have 2 fall paper packs as of right now. I made full page versions of every image and cover page, and that way you can use smaller images or cut out smaller pieces if you need them. That could be good, this one. Okay, maybe that. Maybe the sunflowers. Okay, let's see if we have enough here. Okay, I like that. I don't know about the sunflowers. Maybe this pumpkin here. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. definitely want this here, I think. And then November. Oops, I messed that up. I might keep this. Give thanks for pie. I kind of like that. That's cute. Let's see. Well, it has to, it'd have to be a corner actually. So we'll hang on to that. Maybe not. Maybe just that, and then the orange leaf. I don't worry about being too accurate with my cuts. With the leaves, I just leave off the stem. I just go ahead and cut the stem off usually. And the leaves are from one of my fall paper packs. I'll put the link below. Okay, I think I want this little piece off. There we go. Alright, so now let's get this out. Paint the fall with color. Okay, so as far as gratitude goes, I mentioned talking about gratitude at the beginning of this video, I think. But November, here in the States, November is about, you know, being grateful and taking a day to express gratitude. These days, you know, there's a historical story behind Thanksgiving, of course, but it's a moment to say thanks. And I've been thinking about starting a gratitude journal. Let me know in the comments if you have started one. But it's easy to get busy and kind of forget to be thankful for things. You know, we're just busy, and we forget just being grateful for the little things like our health and friends and family and pets. And I think with gratitude journals, one thing you can do is every day write down 3 things to be grateful for. And it can be small things like I had a great cup of coffee, I got to work on time even though the traffic was bad, or it can be bigger things like I'm grateful for my family, I'm glad they're healthy, I'm glad they're safe, just things like that. And I may start a gratitude journal on this channel. So if that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments below. Okay, I like the look of this, but I did cut out a phrase from this page from my fall paper pack, and it's pumpkin spice and everything nice. So I'm going to put that up there. Let's cut it down just a little bit. Tear the edge like I like to do. Okay, I like that. Maybe separate them. That's a tip I can give you, is to cut up your phrases a little bit more, and then you can position them how you want. And imperfection is what makes collages more interesting. Okay, we need some green up here, so I'm going to cut out this leaf. That's what adds interest to your collages, is just not being perfect. That's why I don't worry about cutting out pictures too perfectly. It's about being creative and not censoring yourself. Just go for it. Okay. But I do like balance personally, so here I'm adding some green up here because I have green here and a little bit of green here and a little here, but this is lacking. It's just all brown. So this is going to add some interest and give it some depth. Okay, so almost there. Nope. Okay, almost made too big of a cut in that. Okay, so this can go like that. And I think this needs to be broken up as well. Maybe more like that. Good things for pie. Okay, let's start gluing because I think this is looking pretty good. Do you want to cut this down just a little bit more? I'm having to work around the really loud leaf blower too, so going just a little bit faster because I know eventually it's going to be back. It seems to go on and on forever. Okay, so let's put down these orange geraniums. And paint the fall with color. And let's see, we had this nice picture. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I cut this one out a long time ago. I've been saving it. Okay. So as I'm gluing this on, maybe ask yourself what you're grateful for today and tomorrow. I think it's just almost something we have to remind ourselves to do, to be grateful. So kind of like that old saying too, that no news is good news. So you may feel that your life maybe isn't as exciting as you want it to be, but the alternative could be worse. So just being grateful of being healthy, and if you have a job. I'm not saying we can't dream, because I'm big about, you know, following your heart and realizing your dreams, but also part of it is enjoying the journey and being grateful for where you're at today. And I read something recently that said gratitude leads to abundance, and I love that. I love that saying because it's something that I never thought about, but it's, I think, true for a lot of people. I've read books of successful and happy people, and they said just being grateful changed their perspective, and that's what led to their best lives rather, is being grateful and having maybe some humility too along the way, which is part of being grateful. Okay, so now we have pumpkin spice and everything nice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start a gratitude journal and put that on this channel as well. So if you don't want to miss that, hit the subscribe button. Okay, I want this kind of out of whack on purpose. Kind of want to make this one. Oh, my November isn't down. Okay. I think I need to cut this down a little bit. Oh, my hands are sticky from the glue. Okay. Let's cut this down a little bit closer. Okay, I like that better. So sometimes it's how you cut the image or phrase. Maybe like that. Okay, it's not too complicated here, but I want to stop there because I do feel like the leaf blower is going to be back any moment. And actually, I like the look of this. So again, just maybe think about gratitude, not just in the month of November, but year round. And let me know what you're grateful for. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you'll come back. In the meantime, take care. Bye.